Hey guys, it's your girl Wandika, originally from Jamaica. Recently, I was working on my collage journal, a sort of a hair journal, and this is my third volume, and I realized I haven't shown you my first two volumes. So I thought, let's do a flip through and I'll just show you what I've done with these journals. For those of you who have come to my channel before, you know I do mostly watercolors and acrylics, but when I just started journaling, it was mainly collages, just like this journal, which I started in 2013 because I wanted to document my natural hair story. So I got this from Barnes & Noble, and it really was intended for collage. It was called a Life Journal. I pretty much ignored all the prompts and did what I wanted. And I had to glue pages together because the pages are really thin and I'm sure they would fall apart if I didn't. In fact, there were some of them that didn't survive because I had put too much on one side and too much on the other side, and it didn't work. It would have made my journal too bulky anyway. So I know I couldn't do a lot of painting in here even if I wanted to, but at that time it was all about collaging and using markers and so on. This was pretty funny. I went to a barber who has never done black hair and was not pleased with the outcome, but I kind of worked with it until I could find a barber who knew how to cut black hair, but that's just an aside. And I thought it was so cute. I did like the embellishments in the journals, and I sort of incorporated them into all of my entries. If it had a word on the page, I would find a way to incorporate the word, even though sometimes it may not have anything much to do with the content. Here's this umbrella, but there's a quote at the bottom, and somehow it all worked. So if you were to get this journal, you can pretty much do whatever you want, and it just goes to show you that any journal that you get, and it may be a prompt journal, you can do what you want. Because here I am showing like what I've been using and how well it's worked, and that was not the intended use. And I did like the lined pages because it allowed me to write without always having to glue in those ruled pages where it didn't have ruled pages. So I liked the nature of these ruled pages as well. And here it has beauty at the bottom, and it just fit nicely in a hair journal. And all you're talking about is how your hair looks and how your hair feels and so on. There are lots of entries where all I did was paste in information about products and of course I love this page because I got a chance to talk about YouTubers who had actually inspired my journey and helped me with styles or even self-esteem, and everybody needs positivity in their life. So these girls helped me, and I updated this in my volume 3, so you can look out for that. Another thing too is I like to put the various sizes. Oh, and a quick entry about my best friend. I haven't seen her in so many years. We talk though, but it's hard when you live in another country. But she became natural too, and that was something I had to document in my journal. And famous naturals. Also great, to find out those people you can look up to And I really love this page. I love when they have the word that goes on the other page. And I liked also the page within the page concept because they have that too. And that's where I put my starter earrings. I was thinking about cutting my hair again because I had damaged it with dyeing it red. And so that's what's going on this page. Even on a page about, my last attempt to try and save it. Okay. Yes, as I've said, love the ruled lines in this book. It was so nice to write in them, and it wasn't overpowering anything else, and it had that distressed look. I think this page is self-explanatory. It was hard for me, even though I had only a few inches, but I had fought so hard for those inches. What I love with collaging is that you can pretty much do background paper and do grid photos, and it makes all the difference. I didn't do a lot to these pages, but I love the outcome. I promised myself all of these things, but we'll see if I follow through in my next journal. Oh, this butterfly page, loved it. And I wanted to simulate the photo booth photos, so that's why I stacked pictures that way. And even though it's a hair journal, I incorporated some of my fashion as you've seen before. This bag didn't last very long, but I love the pattern so much that I used it on a journal. You can see that in my last journal collection, number 2. Funny thing about coconut oil, it makes me remember Gizada back home. And we're coming to the end. This was the last page. And I was so happy that I had really used every single page in this journal. On to the next one. So with this journal, I used a lot of scrap paper. So for all of my art journal entries, there were always bits and pieces left over. I would always find a way to use them. So that's why you will see on a lot of my pages, I have scraps here and there, and it just really adds to the overall look. And for some reason I wanted to document the stuff I was wearing to work. That didn't last very long. Once again, you may remember this page from my last volume, and that bow just goes with everything, and butterflies all over the place. I loved it so much. More background paper, and my first time ever in a Halloween costume. And this was great for me when I was just doing my faux locks. I didn't finish it, so I always pinned it up. I thought that was cute. Right, so lots of similar ideas from my previous volume, but you can see my progression. This is a really cute wig that I got. Here is another of my favorite page within a page idea. I love that. Uh-oh. I missed one. But never mind, I always go back to it. And I love to keep the scraps from everything. I forgot to write anything here, but I think it also works. This was an interesting photo. I love that creativity photo I found online. Once again, using a grid. And writing all around the photo, I love that idea. It added something like a second border. And I used whiteout to make these arrows. It's a very, very simple journal, lots of pictures that I just pasted in. You know, I had a lot more fun with the first journal, and for my third journal, I will be doing art in it as well as just collage. So this is the journal I'll be giving away in today's video. It's really cute, and the only thing why I didn't use it was I personally don't like perforated pages where it will, you know, make me want to take out pages. But I bought it because I thought it was so cute, and it has this great pouch, and I'm hoping whoever ends up getting it will use it really well and love it. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you leave me a comment below, and you could definitely be taking this home. All right, loves, take care and walk good.